We have Kim Thompson joining us now, and she is a local nutritionist, and she is here to talk about school lunches and the snacks that you put in your school lunches. And it is that time of year, obviously, where you're thinking about, okay, first of all, school shopping and whatnot, but you should also think about what's going to go in that lunch pail, that brand new lunch pail that you're getting for your kids. So you have here what not to buy and what to buy.
You got it.
And it's interesting that we're doing this today too, because earlier in the newscast we were talking about how sometimes it can be expensive to get the nutritional stuff. So let's talk about first what not to.
Okay, so we have our evil side over here. And I would say this is pretty typical of what a lot of kids are getting for lunch. One thing that you definitely want to avoid are the prepackaged, any type of these Lunchables. This is just highly processed, very little nutritional value to it, and just mostly calories and sugar.
And lots of salt too, right?
Lots of salt as well.
Yeah, okay.
So the quality of the food is just really quite horrendous.
So good though. Okay, go on.
But it's very common to have like the lunch, the chip packs, you know, some of these gummy type snacks, cookies, ho-hos, things of that nature. Even things like the Kool-Aid coolers and that. It's just pure sugar. The kids aren't getting any sort of nutritional value.
Type things?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those.
And I do even want to point out the juice. Now, most people would think that the juice is a pretty healthy choice.
You say juice and you think good.
Right. No sugar added, so it sounds good. When you look at the label, it's 200 calories and 50 grams of sugar. That's a lot. Kids are going to be bouncing off the wall from too much sugar.
But they're with the teacher, not with you. You're
right. Well, the teachers are going to want you not to feed the kids this way.
It's so true. So let's move over a little bit here and take a look at some of the good, healthy options.
Sure,
here.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, we want to make sure that we're starting off with some sort of sandwich is the most common thing. You can start with something, a whole grain bread of some sort. Start making a shift away from the white. Peanut butter is still a really good choice. Soy nut butter is another alternative that kids will like because the texture is the same. But especially if kids are having issues with peanut allergies, the soy nut butter becomes a really good choice.
And some schools too are against you even bringing in a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because some kids may have an allergy.
Right. Okay. So you do have to be careful with that. But that's a good source of protein, so it is still a really good sandwich to send the kids in with.
Okay.
A couple other things, of course, you always want to send a fruit.
See, but then what I would have done, this is what I would have done.
You would have traded it.
Yeah, I would have said, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
That's really great. You can have that.
Right. So don't follow Don's rules. We'll follow Kim's rules. And depending on the age of your kids, you might want to cut up the apple so it just becomes a little bit easier. Chobani, I just saw these that are very kid-friendly for yogurts. They're a little bit smaller size and a little bit kid-friendly.
This is local,
to get some yogurt, correct.
Nice.
Carrot sticks are always a good option for kids.
These are great too because they're in little individual packets too, which is helpful.
Time saver, but more costly. So if we're looking to save the money, get yourself some snack bags, throw the carrots in there.
Okay.
And even on that note, just with having some healthy choices, just getting kids involved. Having kids have some choices in what it is that they're actually having for lunch.
And maybe putting it together with you.
Exactly. Okay. So get the snack bags out and let them, you know, choose what they might want in there.
And then pack the night before. That's a time saver. What about making a chart of choices?
Chart of choices is fun. This is where kids can get involved. So you might just have a chart up there that says the different sandwich ideas. So they could have a turkey or a tuna or ham sandwich, and then snack choices. And it could be the carrot sticks. It could be a granola bar. It could be some healthy trail mix. The fruit choices, they might want grapes, they might want bananas, and then kids can absolutely make their choices with it.
And real quickly, the what to avoid, the prepackaged, we talk about those like Lunchable type things.
Right. You definitely want to avoid those sugary snacks. The biggest problem with the sugary snacks is that kids get that sugar high just like everybody else does, and then they're going to crash. So their attention becomes compromised. They usually will become a little bit fatigued, and the problem with that is that then the teachers are trying to teach kids who are just not mentally there.
And all those processed foods as well.
Right. Just loaded with sugar. Sugar and no nutrients, basically.
Okay.
So you want to just do a few little tips to bring in some of those nutritional values. Some of those cores, and one of the bigger things too is water. Water can be all kids' friends, so using even reusable, you know, type of water bottles or any containers for the lunch. This can also become a really fun process for the kids because they're helping in the creation of their lunch.
Terrific. A lot of good stuff here. I like it. I love
Great
these
stuff.
things too. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The News to Go coming up.